Hey everyone, welcome back to the ESFT alumni. We are here today with Shelley Snapp. Hey Shelley,
Hi.
it's so good to have you. You're not going to believe Shelley and I ran into each other at the CFAR 30th anniversary in Center City. We won't get into all the details, but couldn't believe it that Shelley was trained by Steve Sims.
Mhm. And many of us were
Yes.
at CFAR. Many of us. You walked up to me and Ryan and Tamika, and you were like, "Have you heard of Steve Sims?" And I was like, "Oh my God, of course."
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, keep going.
No, it was, yeah, exactly. And then it was, it's like I know about all you guys, but I know that, usually I'm behind the scenes. So it was like great to finally connect. And then of course when I told Steve I ran into Shelley, Steve was like, you gotta interview Shelley, you gotta find out where Shelley's at, what Shelley's doing. So here we are, alumni getting together so we can talk about what's new with Shelley. So what aspects of your training experience with the center most influenced your skill development in family therapy and presently as a professional?
But what I always remember was the importance of the role plays and the live interactive learning experience of going through that. And the role plays were scary. And I
Mhm.
was telling you before that sometimes there were tears because
Yeah.
it's extremely challenging. But I just found the role plays to be so helpful, both like being in role plays and watching role plays, because
Mhm.
you pick up how other people phrase things, how they notice things or react to situations live. And then also I remember watching videos provided by Steve
Yeah.
of,
Like his work or work other people have
yeah,
done.
or
Yeah.
like other, yeah, ESFP trained people doing ESFP in sessions with real families. I remember like watching those videos where it was always really helpful. And I also think like just the general aspect of being constantly reminded to not get mired down in the details and the content and really focusing on seeing patterns and um, responding to that rather than getting caught up in whatever the daily crisis was or the laundry list of symptoms
Mhm.
happening.
Mhm.
And yeah, those were important things that I really remember and bring with me.
I am a total believer in role plays. I enjoy them actually. I've always found them so helpful. So I just was like, we should role play everything all the time or do a role
Mhm.
play inside of a role play because you can't beat that.
I always, whenever I'm talking to other MFTs, they like deeply understand this. And whenever I'm talking to non MFTs and people not even in the field, what I always say is once you learn to think systemically, you can't unsee it. Like you
Yes,
can't, like,
you can't unsee it. Yeah.
yeah. Like once
Hmm.
you learn to think systemically and like really learn to like recognize patterns and circular causality and just the
Hmm.
interconnectedness of all things, of all people, of all systems, like you just you can't see it, unsee it.
Hmm.
Um, so you know, I know you said like personally and professionally, like again, interconnectedness there. Like I bring my personality and who I am as a person into my profession, and I'm influenced by all of the systems in my life and my own family drama and my own relational drama
Hmm.
and all of those things, right? And I just always think about how whether it's whatever systems we're looking at, whether it's like relationships, families, institutions, cultures.
So currently, you yourself are working on being AMFT approved supervisor. You're
Mm-hmm.
you're providing supervision to people seeking licensure for their LMFT,
Yeah.
and you hold your own. You have a caseload as well.
Yeah. Yep. I work in private practice at Choosing Change Counseling. The aspect of the group practice and like the importance of all of us being interconnected and getting along well professionally, supporting each other. You know, we're constantly case consulting with each other, and we have our group supervisions. And so, like, seeing things systemically, like the health of the organization that is providing the therapy is just as important as the health of the therapist, the client.
I don't know how people could practice in isolation and really help families get where they need to be if they don't know how they are filling their cup up, and also having people to help them have a balance. So if there was somebody thinking about like, wow, this systemic training sounds really helpful, right? Or like a new trainee who's participating in clinical trainings with the training center, what words of wisdom would you offer?
I think it is such a valuable experience to go through training like this, to go through something that is very intensive and hands-on, because it does permeate through your career and your personal life. And kind of like I was saying at the beginning, like there are things that you remember, like you find yourself referencing back to moments from your training as like major turning points in your development. Because I specifically remember some of those role plays that were very impactful for me and my development as an earlier career therapist. It's just really important overall, regardless of like what type of therapy you're doing, is the importance of having an evidence-based model to ground yourself in, because systems are chaotic and it's really easy to get off track during treatment when there's times of crisis or just chaos. And I think having that template, that evidence-based model to like turn to be grounded in, helps you be the calm in the storm for the individual, the family, whoever it is that you're.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you even how many times I've shared with families the pillars or the primary targets, and they're like, what are we trying to accomplish? I was like, there's 4 things that we got to work on to get you guys where you need to be, right? And like the model's so great because there doesn't have to be secrets. You're all in it together. You don't have, you're not solely responsible to fix things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's strength-based. I always love that it is definitely a strength-based model, and I approach every case that way. Is like, what is going well? What can we build on? What are the strengths of this family, the strengths of this system that we can really focus on and cultivate?
Well, I know you're all probably thinking it. Thank goodness Shelley came on to share her wisdom with us. This is great, Shelley. I'm so glad we got to have some more time together.
Of course. Loved it.
I know, right? We could probably talk forever about patterns.
I could literally talk forever about systems theories and how everything's interconnected, but
cybernetics for days.
Yeah.
Right? So
absolutely.
If you have not already, check us out on our blog, check out our socials, and till next time, thanks for joining us, everyone. Bye.